Hello everyone. Today on the channel we are going to play some FNM at home, Historic Artisan. So today's deck, it's going to be a vampire deck, which is a throwback to basically Ixalan block, but the cards are kind of a jumble from different sets. So as you know, Historic Artisan means that the deck can only contain commons and uncommon cards for Artisan. So here's what will go for us. We got 4 Divest, because this format is basically a creature heavy format, and we want to be able to get rid of those creatures from the opponent's hand before they get to cast them. Next we got 4 Vampire of the Dire Moon, because it's amazing. Next we got 3 Cast Down, one of the best remover spells in the game. Next 3 Child of Night, 4 Dusk Legion Zealot, 4 Heartless Act, because we can remove lots of creatures, and we need to remove lots of creatures. 4 Bloodthirsty Aerialist, 4 Skymarch Bloodletter, 3 Thirsting Bloodlord, so we can pump our vamps, 4 Bishop of the Bloodstained, to kind of finish the game in one shot if we have lots of vampires, 2 Epicure of Blood, and 2 Vampire Sovereign, which can gain us life and is another flyer. So we have about 28 cards, well 28 creatures, and we have enough removal cards to deal with the opponent. We don't have enough card draw, just 4 Dusk Legion Zealot, but it's going to have to do. And we are playing 21 lands. Nothing too special, just a mix of lands that can help us get the job done. So as you know, there are not many board wipes in this format. Everything is trading 1 for 1 basically, which is why we don't have to worry about overextending. I mean, black and red has some board wipes at the uncommon slot, like Cry of the Carnarium, but the other colors don't. They usually have to be rares. So that's why we can take a chance. This is kind of a slow hand actually, but we'll keep it because we don't know what the opponent is playing. So here goes the first turn Divest, to take something from the opponent's hand. So we are going to take the Anax because it will come down on turn 3 and not easy for us to deal with. We don't mind the Knight actually. So the reason we don't mind it is because we do have a Vampire of the Dire Moon, which can trade with it. So our opponent is playing mono red, which means it will be a very aggro deck. Maybe they don't have hasty creatures, so they disband the skewer the critics for our lowly Vampire of the Dire Moon. Now we have another blocker. We just have to stall until we get to 5 mana and we can get the big boys out, which means 2 more turns. We can also bring back one of our creatures with this Cottage. So here we will go for the block because we can gain the life. If our opponent decides to sacrifice it, that would be even better. So now our opponent does not have only 1 card in hand and they give up basically. We were just 2 turns away from getting the big boys out and taking control of this game. So Divest on turn 1 is very strong in this format, because we can get rid of any creature that we don't want to deal with in the future, which could be something dangerous. So let's go for next game. Against mono red, of course, it's important to survive the first 3 turns without taking too much damage, because by that time the deck will probably run out of steam. Oh, this is a greedy hand, but we can't keep it, so we're gonna have to keep this one. We're going to put the Aerialist back because we are playing 4 of her in the deck. Another black deck. Okay, let's go ahead and divest and see what the opponent is running. Okay, only 1 creature. So that's excellent, because we can start to cast our creatures second turn and start to gain life and put some pressure on the opponent. They will have to kill this vampire pretty fast. And let's go for the attack. Interesting, they did not kill it. So they are waiting for some bigger creature, but unfortunately all we have are small creatures. We're hoping to draw another swamp, we didn't, so we'll just go for the memorial. Next turn we can cast the Bloodletter, because they are most likely going to cast this inheritance, but this doesn't matter because it's going to be too slow. I mean, we can raise this enchantment. Yeah, they are casting the inheritance, but we are in a situation where we can raise them in terms of life. So we are going to get a swamp. Hopefully we will get another land next turn to cast the Sovereign. If not, we will cast 2 more vampires. The only difficulty would be if they run Cry of the Carnarium. Okay, 2 of them. 2 are more difficult to raise. However, it's still quite possible for us. We're going to get the big flyer out, exchange 3 life and attack for 3 more. So we are on track here. We just don't want to see the Cry of the Carnarium actually, because he would kill the small vampire. So we also need to draw bigger creatures again. This is an incredible race. Like, we need to draw the 4 drops, otherwise we are in trouble. We can't be attacking with 1/1s for the rest of the game. Okay, so at least let's hope they don't have a board wipe, because if they have a board wipe, we're going to be in trouble. We're gonna be able to gain some life next turn with these 2 creatures. So this guy is okay. Hopefully we can draw a remover spell. Hopefully we can get a cast down. Okay, Heartless Act is not amazing, but so here we are going to remove the 2 counters, so he will not be able to gain any life. Again, we are still racing here. We need another removal to get rid of this creature now. We need another removal or a bigger creature, because if we keep attacking we are going to lose our creatures slowly and he will just stay back and block. So we have 7 removal cards in our deck. Oh, he's not staying back. Okay, so let's just get rid of it right now. Interesting, he did not want to stay back. So now we need a big boy creature. Of course, we can return something. We can return our Vampire Sovereign next turn. Orzhov Enforcer, that's quite fine. Okay, so we have a pump now. We have to return the Vampire Sovereign, but we also need to draw one more land so we can cast it. This is an incredible race. Okay, that's not good. So basically their whole deck is just one-on-one removal and this. Okay, so we are going to attack here. We are going to do this at the end of their turn. So we're going to get the Sovereign back to our hand. It's going to be a 3 life difference. We need the opponent to not remove our Sovereign. And we also need to be drawing more creatures because we have 28 creatures. That is not good. Okay, that's fantastic. We just need to be able to gain life now, somehow. We need another Sovereign or Bloodletter to be able to gain life, so the opponent will lose life. Or we need a life-gaining creature. No, another Tribunal. This is incredible. So many target remover spells. Okay, we can't do so many swamps. We had enough swamps. Unfortunately, I think we are dead next turn. Because we drew too many lands and they can just sacrifice this to deal 4 damage and then another 4 damage. No, no chance. No chance drawing 4 lands in a row is not going to happen. Yeah, so on their turn they will be able to deal the last point of damage. Wow. Too many lands. Too many lands and no way to filter. So that did not go as we expected. But there's not much we can do about it. I mean, we have 21 lands in this 61 card deck, so we should not technically be mana flooding like that. 4 lands in a row. But such is life. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So who are we playing against next? Opponent goes first, so we are going to keep this hand. We can divest and see what the opponent has. Okay, they mulligan down to 6, so if they have a creature in hand, is ours. Yes, they do. They have 2, so let's take the flying creature. So this is an enchantment deck. That's interesting. So we're gonna go ahead and put the Child of Night out. Next turn we can we can play the Swamp and cast the Vampire of the Dire Moon, and also Heartless Act this creature, since it's the only creature possible that they can have. It can gain hexproof. Interesting. So we're gonna go and bait them. If they block, then we can kill it. If they try to protect it, then we can also kill it with Heartless Act, so it's not a problem. Actually, I'm not too worried about this creature. I just want to see what other creatures they are going to play. Right now we are on track for 5th turn Epicure and then Bishop. Okay, so they basically gave up. That was very interesting. They gave up without putting much fight. Maybe they realize we have a lot of creature removal in the deck, so they don't want to cast more creatures because they will die. So let's play another game. This format is very interesting because there are many type of decks in the format. So okay, let's keep this and go for Divest first turn, and Memoria will have to be second turn unless we can draw a swamp. So let's see what we are playing against. We are playing against Mono Red. So it doesn't look good for us because we did not draw another swamp. So we're gonna go ahead and gain 1 life here. And we have a blocker unless it's going to get killed. We need to get removal card for this goblin, otherwise we are going to die to this very fast. So we're gonna block this because we can't take any more damage. That was not a removal card. So we're going to get 2 blockers out. We're gonna lose 1 life, but we need to draw the next card. We need to draw removal. That's not removal. However, we can cast the Bloodlord next turn. Okay, we got removal now, so we're actually gonna go for Bloodlord and attack with the Child of Night to try to gain life. If we can gain some life, then basically the mono red deck is finished. there's not much they can do. So here either they have remover for the Child of Night or they will have to block with the Goblin. No, they don't. Okay, so we are at 16. We are doing quite good and it's basically game over again. Once we are able to gain a few points of life, the mono red deck is basically stalled. So far, we only had one loss, and all our other opponents just gave up post haste. So let's go for one more game. Even then, the loss was just unfortunate due to drawing so many lands in a row. So here we have a cast down, so we're going to try to keep this and see what our opponent puts down. So this troll can actually get hexproof, but not right now. However, we need to draw a third land. We are in dire need of a land. We are in dire need of a land. So we're going to get the Aerialist out and say go. Next turn we can cast a Bloodletter, gain a life and put a counter on the Aerialist. We don't want to block. Okay, we don't have a chance to block. So we're gonna have to get another Aerialist out. We are behind in lands yet again, which is not good. Renata is okay. We don't need to block actually. Why are we missing land drops again? So we are going to stay back to block next turn. That is not good. That is a huge Renata. Does it have trample? No, but so we have to block here. We need removal. That is what we need. That is not removal. So we're gonna have to get this out as a blocker. And let's just do it now in case the opponent has another creature. I don't think they have another creature, but anyway, we got lucky. So we're gonna keep this back to block. Renata can't attack actually because she will die to this vampire. Hopefully we can stall a couple of turns. We need one land to get our sovereign so we can gain some life. Okay, that was great. That's great. Now we can gain some life. We can put a counter and attack. Next turn we can pump our vampires up. Or hopefully draw a removal spell for this Renata. So we're going to go ahead and block here. The opponent doesn't have a pump. Okay, that was very strange. So we're going to get our Epicure out. We are going to attack in the air. Vinemare is bad, but our opponent is at 5. Okay, so we won that game. We won that game. Even though Renata was huge. She was gigantic. That was incredible. Oh, the lands came. Turn 4 and turn 5. we got our land, so let's play another game and see how the vampires fare against other decks. There is such variety of decks in this format, it's incredible. Maybe because everyone is trying to be super creative with these uncommons and common cards. Okay, we'll keep this and we'll divest first turn, as usual. Another black deck. Conrad, and this skeleton we're just going to come back, so let's get rid of Sir Conrad so we don't have to worry about him in the future. Skeleton should be okay because we have a lot of flyers, so we can just fly over. We need another land next turn so we can start casting our Aerialist and then our playset of Bloodletters. So we'll block this skeleton, we have nothing better to do. Okay, that was not a swamp, so we have to play the Cottage and Child of Night. Hopefully next turn we can play the Aerialist. So the skeleton is coming back, which is alright. We don't have a problem with that. No block. We're gonna get the Aerialist out and we are going to attack to try to put a counter on it. And then each turn after that we're just going to make it bigger and bigger and bigger. Unless of course the opponent decides to kill it. Hopefully they will not destroy it yet because it's kind of small. Never mind, I spoke too soon. So lucky for us we drew another one. Do they have another remover spell? That's the question. No. So it's going to be a race again. We are 19, they are at 20. They are going to race us. However, we could gain 1 life every turn. And we are going to fly over. We are going to block the skeleton here. Even if he comes back, it's not a problem. Because all our creatures fly. Well, that was not fun. So we are going to gain life again. And we are going to attack in the sky for 4 damage. As long as we have 2 more turns with this Aerialist on the board, we should be able to win. Unless the opponent is going to kill it. So we're gonna block the finisher here. We don't want to fall behind in life. So let's see if the opponent has a remover spell as we pump this Aerialist even more. No! They completely gave up in trying to remove it. Okay, that was super exciting. So we went almost undefeated. We lost 1 game, but we won the other 5. So there we go. And there you have Historic Artisan Vampire deck. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe, and check out other upcoming MTG content videos.